Terrible. 35. Did you know you wouldn't get this from any other guy? I just want to tell you how I feel. I'll make you understand. I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna get you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie. Hurt you.
Tim, your hand is shaking.
Is it?
Yeah.
That must have been pretty intense.
Your shot is shaking, so you can see the camera wiggling.
I wish I was vlogging that. Oh, so sad, bad dad. Looks like they're taking it all down. I didn't actually see this part in progress last time. It's very depressing, actually. You know, all those arcade machines behind the chairs, moving trucks, getting ready to take it all down. Man. There's so much work involved in something like this. It's just... Okay, this TV right here, with this Nintendo, I played Zelda and started a swordless run. Yeah, it's still in there. Damn. I started a swordless run on this TV, and I got to the first dungeon, beat it, and as I was grinding for rupees, I had to leave for some reason. Then Takari Freak took over. And after a couple hours, I came back and somebody else was playing, and they had the sword, so so much for that. And I was playing on the NES Advantage too, which is not as easy as it looks. By the way, this is what's left of our party members. We're, yeah. Alright. My battery's almost dead again. Crazy thing happened in this room about 6 hours ago. This is the closing night. I know last year I did something similar to this. Got a shot of the room full of chairs. Anyway, well, they were having the Child's Play auction, charity auction, you know, and it's where they put like auction stuff off and send the proceeds to charity. But yeah, and I was sitting like right here, I think, in this chair, and yeah, I was standing up most of the time like over there, and then I sat down like right here, and he got down, and they actually put up an auction for like Xenosaga, I think the game is called. I feel really stupid if I got that wrong. Well, hello there guys, Nintendo Capri Sun here. Oh, gotta stretch. So, it is about a half hour before I gotta leave for the shuttle. Well, the shuttle gets here at 1 o'clock, it's like 12:30 right now. So, I thought I'd do a quick recap while I still had a chance and kinda show you around. That's part of a cookie I never finished right there. This is my Mario hat. I actually bought another one. Some of you might remember the Mario hat that I wore to PAX East. I brought it with me to E3 and then left it on the plane, stupidly, or something happened. I don't know what happened. I lost it at some point. I don't even remember how. So, yeah. Anyway, here we go. We're in the bathroom. There's me with my sexy figure. Well, still, that remains to be seen whether or not that'll ever be sexy again. But I sound like that Red Spray video. Yeah, I like to be enthusiastic when I talk. Anyway, turn into that bunny. Anyway. I guess we could take one more look at the atrium before we go. Please do not leave children unattended on the balcony. No problem. Oops. Forgot to unlock it. Oopsie. Yeah, this is really nice though. I don't know if there's any Magfesters left, but yeah. You can see like all the other rooms too have like, I mean, not all the other ones, but some of them have atrium view stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know how much longer they're planning on keeping the Christmas decorations up, but they were still playing Christmas music last night. I'm a little surprised. So like I said, I was going to do a quick recap, but you know, I think for the most part I got most of what I wanted on camera. There were some things I wish I'd gotten, but like for instance that charity auction, In fact, I was in the middle of telling a story, actually, in the conference room. And I forget, and I never got to finish it because something happened. The camera died, actually. And so, basically what happened was they put up, well, first of all, let me tell you that they put up Xenogears, which is a game that I've never played before, and I don't even know much about it, really. I thought that was like one of those games they were trying to get over here in the U.S., but maybe that's Xenosaga, or like, there's so many names, like, there's so many games that start that way, Xenosaga, Xenogears, Xenoblade. I mean, I don't know which one is which. But the one I got was Xenogears. Apparently, I got it and the strategy guide for $150, and later I went down and saw one of the game vendors was selling just the game for $150, so I guess I got a pretty good deal on that. I'll probably show that to you at some point. But right now it's in my bag, so I don't want to mess with that. Anyway, but, yeah, and then later in the auction, they started auctioning. Oh, these are cheesy poofs, by the way. Later in the auction, the very last item they gave off was a Final Fantasy I Famicom cartridge. I guess it's from Japan or something really rare. Signed by Nubo Uematsu. I think that's his name. I don't even know how you say it, but anyway, so people started bidding on it, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's a pretty cool prize. I might, you know, bid in here and there. I don't know. Almost instantly, it went up to like 300, and people were just going nuts. So it gets down to these two guys going back and forth, and one of them sitting like a few seats over from me, and he looks like Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was so cool. Anyway, it gets up to like 800, and then I guess at some point Anthony Kiedis like ran out of money, so the people around him started giving him money so that he could keep bidding against this other guy. And then it got up to 1,000, and he said 1,000, and the room just instantly exploded into applause. And here I am sitting here thinking, you know, should I jump in on this? I don't know, because I could have, but I mean, I didn't really want the prize that bad. But it wouldn't have been so bad to give something to charity, because you write it off on your taxes, you know. Anyway, well, after 1,000, the guy that was betting against him, I don't know what this guy's limit was, but he just kept going. He said, 1025. And at that point, you're like going once, going twice. All of a sudden, I stood up and said 1,200. And so then all of a sudden, all the people that are with me started, you know, cheering me, and they're going, NCS, NCS, NCS. It was so cool. I can't tell you how awesome that felt. Anyway, the other guy says 1225, so I said 1,300. And he said 1,337, so I said 1,500. And, oh my God. Then he said 1,525, and I was like, okay, you know what? And see, at that point, okay, some of you might have saw on my Twitter where I said, thank you, Kevin J. 2010, for being the voice of reason today. Well, it was about this point that I heard him behind me saying, don't do something stupid, don't do something stupid. He was repeating it. And something about that, that the words echoed in my mind, and I thought about what I was doing, and I realized, this is ridiculous. I'm about to spend $1,500 on a freaking video game signed by Nubo Uematsu. I mean, don't get me wrong, but the game was probably worth $400 tops. You know, and so I just kind of, you know, I went like this right here, you know, with both of my hands. I was like, I'm out of here. I can't, no. That's it, because I'm... So I just let him have it at that point. He bid $1,525 and he won it, so... You know, I was actually relieved when he did, because I was shaking for like the next half hour. I couldn't even... I had a couple of fans coming up that had seen me in that room. And so they were meeting me, and I was signing autographs, and I couldn't even write my name. I was like, ooh, because my hands were shaking. Oh, you know, I better not forget my Mario hat. I suppose I could put that on now. It's me, Mario. So nice to have one of these again. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. That was probably the highlight of the event. I also got to see the Earthbound Papas, which Nubo Uematsu was actually playing with them. So, and I also got to play Name That Tune. So, some people filmed me on that. So if anybody filmed that and they got it, post as a video response to this. Yeah, so I could see it, because I would like to see it, even though I did shit. Believe it or not, I did the exact same thing I did last year. Because last year they played music from Castlevania 2, and I buzzed in and said Castlevania 3. I did the exact same thing this year. They played music from Castlevania 2, and I buzzed in and thought it was Castlevania. I didn't think they would do it 2 years in a row. But then, of course, later I was at Ego Raptor's panel, and he said something about how nobody ever acknowledges Castlevania 3. It's like it doesn't exist. People say they love 1 and 2, and they say they love 4, but nobody ever talks about 3. And he admitted himself that he had never played it. I guess you have to have grown up with it and all that stuff. Huh. Anyway. And I was trying to go to some panel I was trying to go to, and I forgot. Like, I forget which panel it was I was trying to go to, but I accidentally went into the Reddit panel instead. And apparently Reddit is a bigger website than I thought it was. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is. It looks like you just go on there and you draw stuff and then people come by and chat, I guess. I don't know. So you like play win, lose, or draw or something, but I don't know. It looks like it could be fun. But like I need any more things to consume my time. I don't know. There's my 3DS over there getting charged up, and my Coke, and that's a trash bag there. I better not forget my shuttle ticket, which is actually underneath it. We'll put this over here so I don't forget it. 12:38. Okay, we got a little bit of time. You know what? I'm going to stop this and see how much time I got. Hang on.